Once upon a time, deep in a misty forest, there lived a fox with the most beautiful red-orange fur anyone had ever seen. But despite his striking appearance, this fox was different from the others. You see, while most foxes spent their days playing, hunting, and socializing in groups, this particular fox always walked alone. Every morning, he would watch from afar as other foxes gathered by the stream, their laughter echoing through the trees. He wanted so desperately to join them, but something held him back. A fear, perhaps, or maybe just the weight of being different for so long. The lonely fox had convinced himself that solitude was his destiny. He'd created elaborate stories in his mind about why others wouldn't want his company. My tail isn't fluffy enough, he'd think. My howl isn't as melodious as theirs. These thoughts became his constant companions, though not the kind he truly needed. One particularly cold autumn evening, as the forest prepared for winter, something unexpected happened. A young fox cub had wandered away from its family and gotten lost in the darkening woods. The lonely fox heard its frightened cries and without hesitation followed the sound. Using his keen sense of smell and years of solitary exploration, he found the cub shivering beneath a hollow log. Instead of simply leading the cub back, he spent time comforting it, sharing stories of the forest that he'd gathered during his solitary adventures. When they finally found the cub's family, something magical happened. The other foxes didn't turn away as he'd always feared. Instead, they welcomed him with gratitude and warmth. That simple act of kindness had broken down the walls he'd built around himself. From that day forward, the lonely fox realized that sometimes the very things that make us different are what make us special. His solitary nature had given him unique knowledge of the forest, and his gentle spirit had helped him connect with the lost cub in a way others might not have. He learned that loneliness isn't a permanent state, but rather a temporary feeling that can change with a single act of courage. Now, you might still see him walking alone sometimes, but it's by choice rather than fear, and he knows that friendship is always just a brave step away. Remember, just like our fox friend, sometimes the hardest step is the one that leads us out of our comfort zone and into the warmth of connection.